and welcome to Financial Intelligence. In this video, I want to talk about Bill Gates' decision to purchase massive parcels of farmland. In less than a decade, Bill Gates has accumulated more than 270,000 acres of farmland across 18 states, more than the entire acreage of New York City. Although I'm not his biggest fan, I think that Bill Gates is a savvy investor. Bill Gates has made a smart choice by investing in American agriculture, especially considering the current economic environment. Historically, the conventional narrative around farmland as a financial asset is that the returns are positively correlated with inflation and have low or negative correlation with equities. Investing in farmland is considered a long-term play that delivers stable, steady returns. In this video, I'm going to share with you 3 reasons why, in my opinion, Bill Gates has decided to invest in farmland. If you like the type of content that I provide, consider subscribing to this channel and give this video a thumbs up, and also hit the notification bell so that you don't miss any of my future videos. Reason number 1, a hedge against inflation. Farmland has consistently generated relatively high returns even during periods of high inflation. From 1960 to 2012, at an average inflation rate of 4%, farmland has average returns of 11%. Another interesting fact about farmland is that the returns were higher when the inflation rate was also high, as you can see in this chart. This can be attributed to the fact that the price of agricultural products tend to go up by inflation. Additionally, since food products are considered essentials, the demand for such products is not negatively affected by high inflation. This data shows that farmland has a positive correlation with inflation and is considered a classic inflation hedge. In fact, many investors view it as more favorable than other hard assets such as gold, because farmland produces positive cash flow while shielding from the adverse effects of inflation. The US is the world's largest borrower, and the government has a natural tendency towards creating inflation by adopting loose monetary policies. Therefore, Bill Gates' decision to invest in farmland is a logical play to protect his investments against inflation. Reason number 2, diversification. Diversification is spreading your risk across different types of assets, the goal being to increase your odds of investment success. Since markets can be volatile and unpredictable, diversification allows investors to reduce the consequences of the fluctuations in stocks. Particularly right now, with the stock market at all-time highs and the longest bull market in history, savvy investors like Bill Gates are looking for ways to protect some of their gains in case of a sudden market drop. An important component of a diversified portfolio is assets that are not financial. Owning hard assets that can create positive cash flow is one of such plays. Therefore, investing in farmland is a great way to diversify. Farmland can provide consistent returns without the high volatility and high risk that is associated with stocks. In fact, farmland has generated positive returns of about 11% for the last 60 years. Additionally, the value of farmland is very likely to increase in the future, considering the fact that the volume of available farmland is shrinking worldwide. Therefore, Bill Gates' decision to invest in farmland makes a lot of sense. Reason number 3, increased demand. The world's population is expected to increase to over 10 billion by 2050. This population will need food and fiber to meet its basic needs, combined with the increased consumption of calories and more complex foods, which accompanies income growth in the developing world. It is estimated that agricultural production will need to expand by approximately 70% by 2050. On top of this, due to climate change, competition for water resources is expected to increase, with a particular impact on agriculture. This means that agricultural markets will be changing at a rapid pace. In order to meet this increasing demand, farmers across the globe will need to increase crop production by expanding the amount of farmland being utilized and by enhancing productivity on existing land. The increased demand translates into higher investment returns for farmland owners in the future. In summary, Bill Gates has decided to invest in farmland because he considers it as a hedge against inflation and an opportunity to protect his portfolio against market volatility while taking advantage of favorable economic developments. Farmland is truly one of the most important assets in the world. This is why investing in farmland can be extremely lucrative from a financial perspective. I hope that you liked this video. If you have any recommendation or suggestion, please add them in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss any of my future videos. Thank you and take care.